War in the Time of Peace. This song was a lot of fun to work on lyrically for me, because I felt like I could just see the story so clearly in my head. And what it is it's a story about this soldier who is serving under peacetime, meaning like there's no war. And he's constantly reminded by his captain that the war is over, it's done. There's nothing left to do, there's no battle left to be fought. But this soldier is almost hungry for war, hungry to join the fight and be a part of it, wants to do his part, wants to say he has served, with the best. And so he actually goes against his captain's orders and says, I'm not going to stay here with you anymore. I want, I'm going to sneak out at night and I'm going to go find that fight. Because he still believed that there was something left to be done. And so you see the soldier heads out to the battlefield, and what he comes to find is that it's just a field full of white flags, signifying a surrender, and that the war was actually over. And you can see in the song, you can see that this soldier actually finds the white flags and kind of sarcastically says, I guess I found my fight, there's nothing to fight here. But what happens is while he's out in the battlefield, he actually gets caught in an old snare from the enemy, and his leg gets trapped in this snare. And again, he realizes sarcastically, I guess I found my fight, basically getting trapped by a snare that was old, left around from the end of the war. And the soldier is thinking, great, I should have just listened to my captain. I'm gonna die out here. And as he's bleeding out and starting to get lightheaded, he hears footsteps coming and he's thinking, great, the enemy's gonna put me out of my misery and I'm gonna die out here on the battlefield even though the war's already been won. And he's scared and kind of kicking himself for being so foolish, but also knows his death is coming. And then all of a sudden he feels his body get lifted up and the snare is removed, and he opens his eyes to see that it was his captain who had come after him to come save him from this snare. And you can see in the story, the soldier is just brought great joy and he's weeping and can't believe that the one that he had betrayed and the one that he ignored and didn't listen to came to save him. And we see the captain bring him home, and what the captain says is, he reminds him again, he says, see, I bear the marks that have fought the war. He shows him his hands and he says, look, I fought the war. I know you didn't believe me, but you see this now, and see again, remember, look, I fought, and I won this war. And so we see that's pretty much the end of the song. And really what the song is just, it's kind of like an allegory of people that feel like they have to fight to earn God's affection, or they feel as though they have to do good works and have good works so that they can know that they're saved and loved by God. And all these sorts of thoughts are just like the opposite of the gospel. And what we wanted to put on display is for people who feel like they're out there fighting, trying to earn something that you can't even earn, because that's the other reality, is that so many people are out there thinking that they need to do all these things so that God will be pleased with them. And there's people doing lots of actually awful things, things that aren't a benefit. All they're thinking about is, I want to do this deed or stand up for this or stand up for that. And that's how I know that I'm a Christian and I'm saved and this and that. And that's not the case. There's only one thing that makes somebody a Christian. It's faith in Christ's work for them. And that's all that God requires. He's left nothing up to us besides that. And so that song was really just an anthem and a call to lay down our arms, to try not to work for that which you could not achieve anyway. It's not by works, but it's a gift that God would offer us grace.